Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna to all the assembled devotees. Hare
मैं अभी
Krishna.
वीडियो ऑन करती हूँ, देखो. Hare Krishna, can you hear and see me, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
I think I didn't change the name, so कोई और name से है शायद मेरा. एक minute. It is okay. It's kept with some other name. I'll just change the name. Yes, now can you see and hear me clearly, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam, Matajis. Dandavat Pranam. We'll start with the Shrimad Bhagavatam. We're continuing our classes with the 4th canto, 13th chapter, and we are going to see verses 6, 7, 8, and 9. Before that, we will go to, we'll finish the opening prayers, Mataji. We will do it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Krupataham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Pranam Matajis. We'll start with our shlokas for today. Mataji, Rohini Mataji, can you just bring the screen to 4th canto, 13th chapter, 6th verse, Mataji?
Screen is visible. Hare Krishna.
Yes, it's visible, Mataji. I'll read the shloka. Then somebody can read the word-to-word and translation. Maitreya Vacha Dhruvasya Chotkala Putraha Pitari Prastite Vanam Sarvabhauma Shriyam Naichad Adirajasanam Pituhu. Yes, Mataji. Somebody
Hare
can read
Krishna.
the word-to-word translation.
Hare Krishna. Vasudha Mataji, you can read the word-to-word translation. Archana Mataji, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Synonyms. Maitreya Uvacha, the great sage Maitreya said, Dhruvasya of Dhruva Maharaj, Cha also, Utkala, Putra, son, Pitari, after the father, Prastite, departed, Vanam, for the forest, Sarvabhauma, including all lands, Sriyam, opulence, Na Aichat, did not desire, Adhiraja, royal, Asanam, throne, Pitu, of the father. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Yes, next shloka.
Mataji, translation.
Mataji, translation is not read, Mataji.
Next shloka. Yeah.
Archana Sri Radha Mataji, please read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, shloka, somebody can read.
Shloka is read, no, Mataji.
Second
Vasudha
one,
Mataji.
the seventh
No,
one.
the sixth one translation is not read, Mataji.
Okay. Read it, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great sage Maitreya replied, "My dear Vidura, when Maharaja Dhruva departed for the forest, his son Utkala did not desire to accept the opulent throne of his father, which was meant for the ruler of all the lands of this planet." Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Next verse.
Hare Krishna. Anusuya Mataji, you can read the verse. Archana Sunil Kumar Mataji, the word-to-word translation, and Meenakshi Mataji, the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji pranams.
Pranam.
Sajanmanopa Pashat Tatma Nisanga Samadarshanaha Dadarsha Loke Vitatam Atmanam Lokamatmani. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, pranams Mataji. Synonyms, Jai Srila Prabhupada. His son Utkala. Janmana, from the very beginning of his birth. Upashanda, very well satisfied. Atma, soul. Nissanga, without attachment. Samadarshana, equipoised. Dadarsha, saw. Loge, in the world. Vidadam, spread. Atmanam, the super soul. Logam, all the world. Atmani, in the super soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. From his very birth, Utkala was fully satisfied and unattached to the world. He was equipoised, for he could see everything resting in the super soul and the super soul present in everyone's heart. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you
Mataji,
want
are
us
we
to read
reading
the
the
purport?
purport?
No need, Mataji. While we are discussing, we can discuss the
Okay.
points from the purport.
Hare Krishna.
8 and 9.
Hare Krishna, Kripamai Mataji, you can read the shloka. Divya Desai Mataji, the word-to-word translation. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Kripamai Mataji, are you there, Mataji? Okay, Divya Desai Mataji, you can read the shloka. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Divya Desai Mataji, you can read the shloka. And Shobha Mataji, the word-to-word translation. Synonyms. Hare Krishna.
आत्मानं ब्रह्म निर्वाणं प्रत्यस्त मित विग्रहम् अवबोधर सैकात्म्या मान दमनुसतमम् चिन्ना योगग्नि दग्ध कर्म मलाशय स्वरूप मवरुन्दानो नात्मनोन्यं तदैक्षतः. हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम्स.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji and Prabhuji. Synonyms, translation by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms, Atmanam, self, Brahma, spirit, Nirvanam, extension of material existence, Pratyastha, mitha, ceased, Vigraham, separation, Avabodha, rasa, by the mellow of knowledge, Eka Atmyam, oneness, Anandam, bliss, Anusantatam, expanded, Avyacha Chinna, continuous, yoga by practice of yoga, Agni by the practice of yoga, Agni by the fire, Daktha burned, Karma fruit to desires, Mala dirty, Ashayaha in the mind, Swarupam constitutional position, Avarundhanaha realizing, not, Atmanaha than the supreme soul, Anyam anything else, Datha then, Aitsata saw. Should I read the translation, Mataji?
No need, Mataji. We
No,
will discuss one. A translation you have to read, Mataji.
Translation.
Translation. Okay.
Mataji, let someone else read, Mataji.
Hari bol.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Dandavat,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Kripamai Mataji, are you there? You read, otherwise Sarika Mataji, you read the
Mataji,
translation.
I'll read Mataji. I'll read
Okay, read.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat, thank you, Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Ji. By expansion of his knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, he had already attained liberation from the bondage of body. This liberation is known
Mataji,
as
we can't hear
Nirvana.
you, Mataji.
Am I audible, Mataji?
Mataji, your voice is breaking.
Audible?
Mataji.
Yeah, your voice is breaking. Sarika Mataji,
Now,
you
Mataji,
continue
now
the
it is
translation.
not.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
now it is okay. All right.
Now it's fine.
Okay, man. By expansion,
Now it's
he had already attained liberation from the bondage of the body. This liberation is known as Nirvana. He was situated in transcendental bliss, and he continued always in that blissful existence, which expanded more and more. This was possible for him by continual practice of Bhakti Yoga, which was compared to fire because it burns away all dirty material things. He was always situated in his constitutional position of self-realization, and he could not see anything else but the Supreme Lord and himself engaged in discharging devotional service. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Mataji's translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Gurudev. We'll go to the 6th shloka, Mataji. Yes. Mataji, you can come to the translation. Yeah. The great sage Maitreya replied, "My dear Vidhur, when Maharaj Dhruv departed for the forest, his son Utkal did not desire to accept the opulent throne of his father, which was meant for the ruler of all the lands of this planet." So in this chapter, we are going to see the descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. So in the previous chapter, we saw how Narad Muni glorified Dhruv Maharaj and his activities in the sacrifice of the Prachetas. Who are the Prachetas, Mataji? Who are the Prachetas?
They are the sons of
Prachina Barhi. So, see, they are the sons of Prachina Barhi. They are all in the dynasty of Brahmaji only. They are all, see, everybody has come from Brahma and the great sages, the Manasaputras or the other Putras of Brahma only. They are actually the rishis from which all these, gotras or lineages come. So, in a way, these Prachetas are also related to Dhruv Maharaj because they're sons of Prachina Barhi. And if you see, Brahma's son Atri, Atri's descendants were these Prachina Barhi and Prachetas. And if you see, Dhruv Maharaj's father, whose descendant was he, Mataji's? Who was the father of Dhruv Maharaj's father? Uttanapad. Swayambhuva Manu. Yes. So, in this way, they were both related. And in that dynasty, glorious personalities, exalted personalities, they took birth. So here, Vidur was absolutely excited to listen to the descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. And now here, the Maitreya Rishi is going to speak about the glories of his son, Utkal. And Utkal did not accept the opulent throne of his father, which was meant for the ruler of all the lands of this planet. Aditi, can anybody remember any other instance where the son refused to accept the throne or to follow the instructions of the father to
Lord Ram.
Lord Ramachandra?
Bharat Maharaj.
Bharat Maharaj. Yes. Anybody else? Anything else you can remember?
Priyavrat.
Priyavrat, he refused, Mataji? Priyavrat, I don't see the instance if he has refused or I'm not able to recollect.
Only father, Mataji.
Yeah, father. Yeah, okay. So can we go back to Bhagavatam and read some more?
Mataji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Huh?
Sachimata did not want her son to take sannyasa.
Okay. Okay. So, of course, Mahaprabhu was in a different mission and he's the Supreme Lord. Okay, anyway, we have some sons who refuse to take up the throne. So, Mataji, we have read, even if you remember, of course, you will read it in the further cantos. In the 9th canto, there is a pastime of King Yayati and Puru. So, where, the sons refuse to follow the instruction of father, not taking up the throne as such, but, he wants to exchange his old age with his sons for their youth so that he can enjoy. So there, Prabhupada mentions that Shastra says that one should not refuse the order of his father or spiritual master. That becomes an aparadh. But in one condition, they can refuse. And what is that? Can anybody guess? Prahalad Maharaj also refused.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
But,
their
Instructions are not as per the Shastras.
what Mataji? Instructions are not as per Shastras. But Mataji, Shastra says son should follow the instructions of father.
Mataji,
the
if the
instruction-
father is lying as an hindrance
It's
to the
favorable
son's
to bhakti, so that time they
progress,
can.
then he can. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, I could not hear you. You tell me, Mataji.
Mataji, when the father is standing as an hindrance to child's spiritual progress, he can definitely refuse, Mataji. Prahlad Maharaj is the example.
Correct. Correct. So, one more Mataji also said, when they want to do bhakti. So, when the soul has decided, when the particular Jivatma has decided that he will serve the Supreme Lord and he'll do nothing else, in that scenario, he can refuse. Like if you see how the 4 Kumaras also refused to progeniate when Brahma asked them to, because they wanted to remain brahmacharis and follow their spiritual path and not get entangled in any of these material things. So in that scenario, there is no aparadh. So for Utkal also, now that he refused, he did not have any desire to accept the opulent throne of his father, there is no offense, because in the coming shlokas, we are going to see what is the intention of Utkal and what are the qualities he had. See, artificially refusing will not help. But Utkal had the necessary qualities for spiritual elevation, or rather he was very elevated spiritually also. So he was in a complete different plane. So all these material positions or opulences were not at all attractive to him. We'll go to the next verse where we will see about Utkal. Yes. From his very birth, Utkal was fully satisfied and unattached to the world. He was equipoised, for he could see everything resting in the super soul and the super soul present in everyone's heart. So in this few shlokas from 7 down, 8, 9 also, we are going to see the qualities of Utkal. And these qualities were not kind of developed over a period of time as he aged. No, they were present in him from his very birth. So come down to the purport, Mataji. We will see what are the characteristics of Utkal. So the symptoms and characteristics of Utkal, Maharaj Dhruv, son of Maharaj Dhruv, are those of Mahabhagavata. So in a devotee's house, Dhruv Maharaj was exalted devotee. And because Dhruv Maharaj practiced Bhagavata Dharma, and his wife also had the right consciousness, they had such a, illustrious, exalted son, Utkal, who was a Mahabhagavata right from the time of birth. See, in Prahalad Maharaj case, he is also a Mahabhagavata. Wasn't he right from the time of birth a very exalted personality, Mataji? Wasn't he observed in the Lord? He was.
Yes.
And that is by the mercy of Narada Muni. Narada Muni was instructing him in the womb of his mother. He was completely purified. So when he took birth also, he was a very advanced devotee. Otherwise, how is it possible that at the age of 5 he attained perfection? He got the darshan of the Supreme Lord. So he was a highly advanced devotee. Same way, Utkal was also a highly advanced devotee. So right from his time of birth, he could see the Supreme Lord everywhere. And he saw that everything is resting in the Supreme. So here the word used for Utkal, the quality is Upashanta. Upashanta. Mataji, go to the word to word. What is the meaning of Upashanta? Very well satisfied. He was a completely satisfied soul. And he had another quality, Nisangaha, without attachment. Attachment for anything material, attachment for anybody. See, if he had even slightest of attachment towards his father or anything, he would have accepted the throne. He says, I'm not interested. Even his father, he refused. Samadarshanaha, he was equipoised. He was not affected by anything. And he saw Atma, the super soul, everywhere. And he could see that everything is resting on the super soul. So coming to the purport, Prabhupada has explained, come down, yes, that everything is resting in the Supreme Lord. And that verse, Krishna himself has confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagadabhyakta murtina. So by, Krishna is supporting this entire creation. Everything is resting on the Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord has expanded himself. He's all pervading in this universe. And this, a highly advanced Mahabhagavata devotee can see. He sees the Lord everywhere. He sees that everything is resting on the Lord. He sees that in every living entity, Lord is present. So this is for a highly advanced devotee to see it that way. We also have the knowledge, Matajis. We have this knowledge. Mataji, the all-pervading factor in the previous week, in one class, we were speaking about, like when Prabhu had asked, how do we see and express our bhakti to Krishna? How do we see Krishna everywhere? And see, like we said, you can just how you express to your children or wife or anybody who is close to you, the same way you can express to the Lord. But he says, see, if they are out of mind, they're out of sight, they are out of mind for us. Whoever is out of sight, they become out of mind. So Krishna is presently out of sight for us because we have still not attained that kind of purity. But of course, he is there within us as Paramatma. But then how do we see? And for this, Krishna has given the instructions. Can anybody tell Mataji, Bhagavad Gita? How to see the all-pervasiveness of the Lord. Yes, Mataji?
Maya tatamidam sarvam jagatavyakta murtina. That's the same.
Okay. Apart from that?
Aham sarvasya prabhu.
Okay. Mataji, in the material things, we're all to see Krishna. Krishna has spoken about it.
Yo pashyati mam sarvatra. Yo pashyati mam sarvatra.
Okay, and if you have to break it down further into minute details?
In all the movable and immovable.
All the elements, Mataji.
Rasopama Kaunteya. Mataji, the Vibhuti Yoga, 10th chapter. Hasn't he spoken where all he is there?
Mataji said, I am the taste in the water, I am the
smell, fragrance of the earth. Yeah.
Smell of the
fragrance of the earth.
Fragrance.
And then he has also spoken among the animals where he is, among the birds where he is, among the reptiles or the fish where he is. If you see sun and moon also, you can remind yourself of the Lord because they are the eyes of the Lord. So among the birds, he speaks, I am Garuda. And among the, the fish, he says, I am the shark. So everywhere you can see Krishna in the material world so that you can remember Krishna wherever you see. This shloka is there. Mataji has just displayed. I am the taste of water, light of the sun and moon, syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether, ability in men, fame. In fact, if you see something like gambling also, Krishna has said, I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles. So where you cannot see Krishna? It's not possible that you cannot see Krishna. But what happens? Why are we not able to see? Mataji, every one of us lick 3 or 4 liters of water every day. We see 3 or 4 liters of water every day. But how many of us remind that Rasopam Asya? Are we remembering Krishna?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. How many of you are not able to?
Not always, Mataji.
Not always. I am not
Yes,
able to,
Mataji,
Mataji.
not always.
Very, it will not
Very
come,
rarely,
Mataji, so
very
easily.
rarely.
Sometimes in a very different mood, Mataji.
Yes.
Not every time.
Whenever you see sun and moon, do you remind yourself of Krishna or does it remind you of Krishna?
Yes,
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 Mataji.
Mataji.
Mataji,
Yes,
for sun and
Mataji,
moon,
of
we
course,
Morning
remind us,
Mataji.
sunrise.
Mataji.
Both the eyes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Well.
both the eyes. Okay. So something, see, Krishna has given so many examples so that some way or the other, see, 10th chapter, why Krishna speaks is that you can see him everywhere and anywhere. Or rather, we can train ourselves or train our minds, train our conscious to see Krishna because we have still not attained that level of purity like Utkal, like Prahalad Maharaj to see the Lord everywhere. So, coming to that, only Prabhupada is, that's where written, a highly advanced Mahabhagavata devotee sees in this spirit. And also, Samadarshanaha, Pandita Samadarshanaha. This phrase, this verse, we know it. It's there in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is the meaning of that? It's there in various places in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter also, Krishna speaks about it. Samadarshanaha, what is the meaning of it? You all know it? Just share it, mothers.
Hare Krishna.
Everyone, even a dog, a
Everybody
chandala,
is equal.
everyone with the same vision.
Seeing everyone equal, Mataji. And Paramatma is there in everyone. So in that way, seeing everyone.
Okay. So you see Paramatma, you see dog or a Chandala or even a Mahatma as the same. So Mataji, this is also for our practical applications to test how much we have in fact attained this Samadarshana quality. So Mataji, any experience where you have seen everything like, Samadarshana, you felt that, yeah, I can see this with equivision? Do you see the dog and the Mahatma as the same if you see a dog?
But Mataji, that's what I came to tell you, Mataji.
What,
When we
Mataji?
see the dog, especially on the streets, when I see the dog also, I feel the same thing, Mataji.
Okay. You feel the same.
Especially on the roadside, I mean to say.
Okay. So when you see the dogs, you feel that this is also a soul. Yes. And Mataji, Samadarshanaha. Can you see your friends and enemies as same?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
No, Mataji.
No, it's not so easy, Mataji.
No,
I don't see
Mataji.
enemy. We don't have like, we have like,
That-
big enemies like we have kingdoms. Generally, people whom we don't like. We cannot say they're enemies. For whatever reason, we may not have a liking towards them. So can you see people whom you like and whom you dislike as same?
No, Mataji.
Struggling, Mataji.
Oh, Mataji.
Trying.
Not
Struggling.
as enemies,
Trying.
Mataji. But we keep a
started
distance with them,
practicing,
Mataji.
Mataji.
But we are
Mataji
not angry
Started
with them.
practicing after coming to KC.
Mataji, people whom we don't like, we keep a distance.
That's it.
Yeah, Mataji.
But a
So that's the best.
Samadarshana will not have any ill feelings. See, he will not talk to even people he likes. He will not talk to people he dislikes. He will be equipoised. What is the meaning of being equipoised, Mataji? Keeping distance. See, a realized soul will not talk to anybody. He'll not interact much if it is not required. To like or dislike is. So what is the actual meaning of becoming a Samadarshana? Is that in your conscious, people you dislike, people you like will not affect you at all. Is that what you have achieved? Where people you dislike are also not affecting you. You are not getting bothered about their presence or what they are doing. People you like also are not affecting you in any way. That is the platform of Samadarshan. Nothing out external is affecting you. Becoming equipoised. Like, you are Darshana means equivisioned. You see everything as same and you become equipoised. Nothing is affecting you. See, people whom you dislike, as Mataji said, we maintain a distance. But in your heart, in your mind, what do you feel about them, Mataji?
Mataji. We pray for them, Mataji.
Huh?
I pray for them, Mataji.
You, Suma Mataji, I cannot hear you.
I pray for them, Mataji, so
You
that
pray
the
for
world
them.
will be fine, Mataji,
Okay.
if they also will.
Mataji, compassion, Mataji. That
Compassion.
Yeah.
Compassion. Padma Mataji, you said no, you maintain distance. So what do you feel about them?
Yes, Mataji. But gradually, after learning all these things, you don't feel anything. Actually, I don't feel angry. I don't hate them, and nor do I like them.
Correct.
I just remain neutral.
Neutral. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
And we also get the realization after listening to all the spiritual things, Lord Paramatma is in everyone's heart. So
Correct.
he is there, he'll take care. We are not the judges.
Yes.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
And also, Mataji, sometimes you feel sorry for them also in your heart.
Yes.
Because you feel because they don't have knowledge, that's why they're having grudges and things, no, they are behaving like that.
Yes.
But you are helpless, you can't tell them also.
Correct.
So it's better, just pray for them, that's it.
That's it. So this platform of Samadarshana means nothing. They cannot see anything beyond the soul and the super soul. So it's like, they just see that in everyone's heart, the Paramatma is there and everybody is a soul. They are in a different body. So here, that's what Prabhupada writes. A Mahabhagavata devotee sees in the spirit, he sees the same super soul Paramatma existing within everyone's heart, regardless of discrimination, based on the different material forms of living entities. And he sees everyone is a part and parcel of the Supreme. And just now, whatever we discussed, he sees the all-pervasiveness of the Supreme Lord. And he's never missing from the sight of the Supreme Lord, nor is the Supreme Lord ever lost from his sight. So this line is also very important. He's never missing from the sight of the Supreme Lord. What is the meaning? Can anybody explain? Never missing from the sight of the Supreme Lord.
Continuously involving in our services, devotional serving Lord Mataji, so that there will be never distraction or nothing we can miss
Mataji,
Lord.
that is the second part of the line. Nor is the Supreme Lord ever lost from his sight. You are speaking about Supreme Lord is never lost from his sight. But the previous line means something else. Is never missing from the sight of the Supreme Lord.
So the Lord has him in his
always
sight
thinking of him,
always.
Mataji. He's always
Mataji,
in a
the
mind.
Lord is also always keeping this devotee in sight.
True, true.
So, yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana, 6.47. What did Krishna say? Such a yogi is intimately united in me. Even if you see in Ananya Bhakti, 12th chapter, who is dear to Krishna? In that, this devotee is dear to me. He speaks about the various qualities down from 16 to 20, the various qualities of a pure devotee. And he says, such devotees are dear to me. So the Lord also is always thinking, remembering, and keeping such a devotee in his sight. We all say we want the mercy of the Supreme Lord, and the mercy of the Supreme Lord is the sidelong glance of Krishna. So for a devotee who is Prashantatma, who is Samadarshana, who is, not affected by anything material, Krishna is always having a sidelong glance on him. He is never going to be out of vision of the Supreme Lord. So for that, these are the qualities. One has to qualify oneself. We say, we long for, even if you see that Radha Kripakatakshastava by Adi Shankaracharya, where, he says that I want the sidelong glance of Radha Rani. When will I get that merciful glance? So a pure devotee who is risen above everything material, Brahma Bhuta Prasantatma, he is the one who is going to get that glance. It's not that the others who are not purified will not get mercy, but it will take time for them to get the direct experience of the Lord. We all have mercy. That is why we are here. We are reading Bhagavatam. We are chanting for whatever reason. It's by previous Janma karmas and our Sukriti, not karma, Sukriti, our desire, our effort in doing our sadhana. We are getting mercy. But at this stage, when one becomes a Mahabhagavata, he gets supreme mercy, direct mercy, which he can experience. Yes. Next shloka also discusses a few more qualities. We'll go to that next shlokas, Mataji. It's together 8 and 9 verse. Can you go to that shlokas, Mataji?
It's on the screen, Mataji.
Yeah.
Translation
Mataji,
8
go
and
to the word to word, Mataji. First, we'll go to the word to word. Yeah. Yeah. Atmanam, self, Brahma, spirit. Yeah. Pratyastamita, ceased, Vigraham, separation. Avabodha rasa, by the mellow of knowledge. Eka atmaya, oneness, Anandam, bliss. Anusantatam, expanded. Avyachinna, continuous, yoga by practice of yoga. Agni, by the fire. Dagdha, burnt. Karma, fruitive desires. Mala, dirty. Ashayaha, in his mind. Swarupam, constitutional position. Avarundhanaha, realizing not. Atmanaha, then the Supreme Lord. Anyam, anything else. Tada, then Aikshata, saw. So here, the meaning is that by expansion of his knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, he had already attained liberation from the bondage of the body. This liberation is known as nirvana. He was situated in transcendental bliss and he continued always in that blissful existence, which expanded more and more. This was possible for him by continual practice of bhakti yoga, which is compared to fire because it burns away all the dirty material things. He was always situated in his constitutional position of self-realization, and he could not see anything else but the Supreme Lord and himself engaged in discharging devotional service. So we saw in the previous shloka the qualities Upashantatma, Nisangaha, Samadarshanaha, Dadrishi Loka Vitatam, that he saw the Supreme Lord in all the jivas, Atmanam Loka Atmani, saw the jivas in the Supreme Lord. All these qualities, after that, it is told how he has attained this kind of a knowledge and realization. So here, by expansion of his knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, he had already attained liberation from the bondage of the body. Now, what is the meaning of that, Mataji? He was in this material world. He was in this material body, but he had attained liberation. And that liberation is called nirvana. Can somebody explain what does this mean?
Is that detached from material things, Mataji?
Yes, he is completely detached from material. Yes, then.
He is in the Samadhi state, Mataji.
Samadhi stage. Nothing material is affecting him. So being in this material body, he was liberated. So and this is the effect of bhakti. This can be attained even through other yogic processes, but still, when one has advanced in bhakti, he can be in this material body also and be completely liberated. And he was in transcendental bliss. He had attained the platform of Ananda. And he continued to be in that blissful existence. And this blissful existence expanded more and more. And how this happened? That's what is explained. This was possible for him by continual practice of Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is compared to fire, which will burn away all dirty material things. And he now had attained his constitutional position of self-realization. And he could not see anything else except the Lord. And he was always engaged in the discharge of devotional service. So for this, Prabhupada has given 2 verses, Mataji, in the purport. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashochati Nakamshati Samah Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param. One who is transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments and desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he achieves pure devotional service unto me. So here, 2 things we have to understand. When we are doing bhakti, the purification happens. We slowly come to this realized platform. And when we come to this realized platform, the Brahma Bhuta platform, then we will achieve pure devotional service. Now, what is the meaning of that? Whatever bhakti we are doing, it is not pure?
Pure only, Mataji. We have to come to that stage, Mataji. And until
What
we
is
reach
our
there,
bhakti? Then how is it pure? If
it is
we
a practice, Mataji. Sadhana bhakti.
Sadhana bhakti means somewhere it is mixed bhakti, Mataji, because the purification is still happening. Our anarthas, our contaminations have still not gone. Of course, If we have firm faith in Krishna, we are considered pure devotees. We are following the process of bhakti. We are doing pure devotional service. But when we come to this real platform, Brahma Bhuta platform, is when we are actually doing pure devotional service. So the difference is explained like this, Mataji. Mango is a mango. But there is a difference between a ripe mango and unripe mango, Mataji, in the taste, in the color, in whatever it is, ripe mango and unripe mango. So whatever bhakti we are doing now, the sadhana bhakti is the unripe green mango. And the bhakti we will do when we attain the Brahma Bhuta platform after our complete purification is that ripe, juicy, tasty, sweet, yellow, orange mango. So bhakti is same. Whatever bhakti we are doing, bhakti is pure, bhakti, devotional service to the Lord is all pure. But this is the difference in sadhana bhakti and the bhakti where we have achieved prema and bhava and prema. The taste will differ. Raw mango is also tasty, but it is different from the ripened mango, the taste of ripened mango. So when one comes to this Brahma Bhuta platform, he'll become completely peaceful. He will be joyful. He will not be affected by anything. He's not lamenting. He is not desirous of anything. Sama sarva bhuteshu. He will be seeing every living entity equally. Mad bhaktim labate param. And then he will achieve pure devotional service. So the same thing is mentioned even in Sikshastakam by Mahaprabhu. Cheto darpanamarchanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidhyavadam jivanam. And after that, what are the lines, Matajis? Anandam buddhivardhanam
Pratipadam purnantam swadhanam swadhanam param vijayati
Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Namakari Bauda.
Yes. So Anandam buddhivardhanam. So we know, everybody knows about Sikshastakam, Mahaprabhu's instructions, and what is the meaning of Cheto Darpanamarjanam. Yes, Matajis. Every day before chanting.
Of the heart, accumulated dust from the heart.
So here the comparison is of the heart with the mirror. Like how on a mirror there is dirt or dust, and how gradually by cleansing the mirror of dust, you will see the mirror shining. Same way our heart, if it is cleansed of all the anarthas and contaminations, we will awaken ourselves to our real position. Our real consciousness will be awakened. And for that, what should we do?
Chanting.
Must chant, Mataji.
Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories and all victory to the Sankirtana movement. Mahaprabhu has said, chanting the holy name of the Lord is the foremost performance of devotional service. And by chanting the holy name itself in Kali Yuga, that is the Yuga Dharma, one will get nirvana or liberation. Being in this body itself, you can attain perfection and liberation from this material existence by chanting the holy name. And when one comes to that platform of Brahma Bhuta, by complete purification, he will be in the state of Anandam Buddhivardhanam. He will be experiencing transcendental joy. So in that position, when one is experiencing transcendental joy, he has no interest in anything material, even a royal throne, because here it is being spoken about Utkal. Why he so easily gave up the kingdom. See, people are hankering, fighting. There are battles taking place to get the throne. We see how Duryodhan was behind Hastinapur. And what a fierce battle of Kurukshetra took place for that. But Utkal just gave it up. Why? Because he was experiencing some higher level of Ananda, which Prabhupada has mentioned in the next paragraph. Param drishtva nivartate. This is the shloka of Bhagavad Gita 2.59. Param drishtva nivartate. One ceases to take part in material enjoyment upon tasting something superior, something which is giving you higher Ananda or some kind of higher pleasure. Then all these lower enjoyments become immaterial. So for Utkal, this was immaterial. That Ananda of becoming a king was nothing when compared to the Ananda he was deriving in his spiritual platform or the platform he had attained. So Prabhupada is mentioned here that the situation is called Viraktir Anyatra Syat. So, Mataji, just go one line above this, Mataji. Viraktir Anyatra Syat means he had, Virakti means he had developed detachment, complete renunciation for anything else. And this is the result of devotional service. So, when we advance in our bhakti, when we progress in our sadhana bhakti, and we come to the higher stages of bhakti, we develop virakti, complete renunciation of all material desires. You will not desire anything else except Supreme Lord and service to Supreme Lord. So this is also a benchmark for us to test how much we are progressing in our bhakti. The qualities which have been listed earlier, the qualities of a detached person who is equipoised, who is seeing everything equal, who is unaffected by matter, who is unaffected by the duality. These are the qualities which will develop when we advance in bhakti. So we'll get this kind of a consciousness where we don't have interest in anything else. So the more one makes advancement, Prabhupada writes, in devotional service, the more one becomes detached from material opulence and material activity. So this is the spiritual nature, full of bliss. Spiritual nature, spiritual consciousness means you're in Paramananda. And when you experience this Paramananda, you have no interest in other kinds of enjoyment. And for this verse, Cheto Darpana Marchanam, is mentioned that how the fire will burn away all the impurities. The advancement in spiritual knowledge, the advanced spiritual knowledge we get, it's like a blazing fire, which will burn away all our material desires. And this perfection will come when we are continuously in connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead by discharging devotional service. So, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, or whatever sevas you are doing, or whatever way you are able to remember the Lord always, is the easiest process to progress in bhakti. And by executing bhakti, Prabhupada has mentioned here that every conditioned soul is full of the reaction of his past life. Whatever his past lives are, he has got so many karmas. He has accumulated all dirty things by way of, his samskars, or by way of the qualities, or maybe, the underlying dormant desires, which even the soul doesn't know he has desired such things. So all that will be burnt away to ashes. The desires, which are the root cause of so many miseries, will be burnt away from the root. We have the puta, bija, aprarabdha, prarabdha, the sinful actions and the sinful desires. Puta, bija stage itself, from the seed stage itself, even before it becomes a seed, whatever the thought process was there, even that will be eliminated only through bhakti. If you do the other yogic methods, it's not possible to 100% remove the desires. Even if a person wants liberation, that is also a desire. But bhakti is the process where the soul doesn't even desire liberation. It becomes completely desireless. And desirelessness means it only desires to serve Krishna. That's all. That is complete desirelessness. So one has to become desireless. That means only one desire is to serve the Lord. And that is pure bhakti. So Narada Pancharatra also says that Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tat Pravartena Nirmalam. It is not interested in anything else and only interested in bhakti. So in Utkal's case, he had attained that platform. And being in that platform, now he was not interested in anything else. So such a soul has not done any aparadh by refusing his father's order, because he has completely become absorbed in the Lord. He has no obligation towards anything. And we know this when one has completely surrendered to the Lord. When he is only in the service of the Lord, He has no obligation towards anybody. We have that, Pitra, Apta, Bhuta, Deva, the 5 types of people whom we have to serve or offer. So, a devotee, a pure devotee has no obligations towards anybody. Because once he's absorbed in the Lord and he's satisfying the Lord, everything else, everybody else is satisfied. So till that time, one has to follow the rules and regulations. But for persons or souls who have attained perfection, there are no rules and regulations. They have crossed the stage of bhava, they have attained prema. For them, there are no material rules and regulations that have to be followed. So that's why Utkal refused the throne, and he was a very, very advanced devotee, a Mahabhagavata himself. Yes. So we can stop here. These are the 4 verses I had to speak on today, Matajis. If anybody has any doubts, they can ask Matajis. Or if they want to share any realizations, they can do it.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Pranam, Mataji.
Pranam.
Mataji, when we practice the devotion, we are going to get bhakti, vairagya and bhakti and vairagya, Mataji.
Yes.
So when we become viraktas and vairagis, how can we understand that in this yukta vairagya, Mataji? In Krishna consciousness, we are supposed to follow.
Correct. Correct.
Yukta vairagya.
Yukta vairagya means, Mataji, what is the meaning of yukta vairagya? You tell me.
Use everything in the service of the Lord, Mataji.
Yes. Yes.
Hare.
Yes. So Mataji, for Utkal, he has attained the stage of a Paramahamsa. And he was sitting on his own and he was doing his own, meditation and absorption. For him, he need not use anything. He is using his body and senses and whatever is required in the service. So Yukta Vairagya is meant for a person who is actually now preaching or actually doing something else, in the sense uplifting other souls. Like Prabhupada was in Yukta Vairagya. He was preaching, he was uplifting other souls. So he had to use all the material things in the service of the Lord. But for a devotee like Utkal, who was a Uttama Adhikari, and we don't know whether he was preaching or not, but for such a person, Mataji, he was completely detached from everything and he was completely absorbed in the Lord. So for him, using or not using was not affecting Mataji, because he was absorbed in the Lord. Like if you see Narada Muni, when he got the darshan of the Lord, and then he was completely involved only in meditation, Mataji. But the Lord told, only after you give up this body, you will be again able to see me. And after he saw the Lord in his birth as Narada, Devarishi Narada, he got perfection and he goes around spreading the Lord's names and glories. But being in this material body, Narada Muni has got a spiritual body, but being in this material body, if one is completely absorbed in the Lord, meditating only on the Lord and is not interacting with anybody, then he can be a complete renunciate, no Mataji, because if you remember, if you read Prabhupada Leelamrit, there are some Babajis who are very, very exalted personalities. In fact, Prabhupada himself used to say they are very advanced devotees, but they are not sharing their knowledge with others. They used to just stay in the mutt and they used to practice their bhakti. So for such people, complete renunciation is all right, because they are not interacting with the material world.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, you understood what I'm trying to say?
Yes, Mataji. For one who is on the stage of Paramahamsa,
yes,
who has no,
yes,
yeah, yes, Mataji.
So like Dhruv Maharaj, Mataji, when he was doing tapasya, was he interacting with the outside world?
No, Mataji.
He stopped breathing also. That was a yogic method, but he was completely absorbed in the Lord. He attained the stage of samadhi. So at that time, he was not interacting with the outside world also, Mataji. He was completely detached from it.
Is it the difference, Mataji, that Goshtanandi and Bhajananandi, they say?
So this correct. Bhajananandis are the ones who are complete renunciates and they are not interested in anything else. They are absorbed in the Lord. So they are complete vairagis, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Goshtanandis, they have to interact, Mataji. So when they are interacting with everybody, they have to use the resources. Prabhupada also used vehicles. In fact, Prabhupada was asked by journalists, do you have to travel in such expensive Rolls-Royce cars, or do you have to take the flights? You are a sannyasi, you should walk. And we know Prabhupada said, I'm using it in the service of Krishna. Even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to travel in opulent cars because he was teaching the royal family members of Manipur. He says, anything in the service of the Lord we can use. We are the servants, representatives of the richest Lord. So why we should act poor?
Hare Krishna Mataji. I just have a small doubt with this Mataji.
Yes.
Like not just doubt Mataji. When they come in contact with the Maya, I mean
Yes.
these things, whatever it is,
Yes.
it is different from us Mataji. So how can we save ourselves Mataji? When we become more Yukta Vairagis, there are chances of falling down.
Yes.
Because in the name of Yukta Vairagya, we start enjoying all that
Mataji,
Mataji.
that you yourself know, no Mataji, in your conscious, whether I'm using for Krishna, whether I'm using for my enjoyment.
Yes,
You will
Mataji.
know,
Even
no?
then we fall, Mataji.
We fall because we feel it is the comfort. In fact, I've heard this reverse argument also. Only Krishna has given us these privileges, so why can't we use it?
Yes, Mataji. That's a way of telling Mataji, cheating us. I mean,
No, it's fine,
do
Mataji.
that.
Krishna has given you privileges. Supposing you have a car, you have a very good house. Use that, but use it for what? To advance in your bhakti. See, all these privileges you have, so you can save a lot of your time. You can save a lot of your physical effort or anything. So use that time and that effort in the service of Krishna. See, if you have to take a bus or something, then maybe you have to struggle. But if you have a car, you save a lot of time. So use that time in the service of Krishna. You have a luxurious house or whatever, a comfortable house. So you don't have to, think of so many things, the basic things. Oh, my house, the water will be flooded or my drainage is blocked. Then you use that time and effort in the service of Krishna. That part you can do, Mataji, because Krishna has given you so much of comfort. Use more of your resources, your time, your skills, everything in the service of.
Mataji, what must be the reason, Mataji, when we say that before taking anything as in the name of Yukta Vairagya, we start enjoying and we completely immerse in that? Because before we will pray to the Lord that I will use everything in the service of you. I will become, that's what Mataji, tell everything in your service. Then why we get
say
in
that, Mataji, because still in our heart, that basic desire for enjoyment has not gone much. So it's a very, very subtle thing. It's a very, very subtle. Desires are something very subtle. So still that desire has not gone. Somewhere the desire is lying in the heart in some corner. That is why we are having this propensity to enjoy, Mataji, in spite of having this knowledge.
Yes.
So we have to pray that, that slowly the desire should go away.
Yes, Mataji. We should pray that our desire should go away. Only then.
We are well aware of Yukta Vairagya. We say we are using in the service of the Lord. We are doing this. But Mataji, somewhere our enjoyment is also there. Both are happening. We are using in the service of the Lord. We are having our own enjoyment also. It's like, we are actually standing on both the boats.
Yes, Mataji, that is Mataji. True, Mataji.
But slowly we have to do it, Mataji. It takes time because the soul is still stuck with some of those, dormant desires somewhere. So it is not allowing us to completely get detached.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. It helped me, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranams.
Yes, Mataji. Anybody else wants to share anything?
Mataji, when I discuss this with somebody, they say you can't compare those days and these days, because those days there were less distractions. Nowadays, so many things are there in the market.
Yes.
Everywhere we are surrounded with things. It's not possible to get distracted. Not at all possible. Yeah.
So, Mataji, you have to make a conscious effort to reduce. There are so many distractions available, I know, because even our children keep coming up and telling us, such new products have come in. So why do you stress to get that? Even why don't you get an iPhone? This has got so many features. Mataji, we have to decide what is required for us, because now we require only basic minimum things.
Yeah.
True. And that decisions we can make. If we don't want unnecessary things, we can avoid it, Mataji. We can. Material things.
Yeah, we can.
As
yes.
we age, Mataji, our, of course, desire for material things and material whatever actually reduces with age also, because we have finished a certain part of our enjoyment, actually.
And with knowledge also, Mataji.
Yes.
Sometimes certainly when you get, you don't want it. We can do without it. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes understanding, you can do it. But a lot of people don't want to accept it. No, they say how to.
Yes. Mataji, it's just that there is nothing like how to. During COVID, everybody survived in the house for years.
Yeah, true.
With only basic things. It's just that if we are forced, we can do it, Mataji. Just because the Lord has given us an option, we don't want to. That's
true.
Everybody's favorite verse Not everybody's. I can say, yathechasi tatha kuru. When Krishna says, do whatever you like, everybody is happy with it. If Krishna had forced, then everybody would be scared and do it. But when Krishna said, choose, do whatever you like, everybody is happy. So that independence is what Krishna has given us, and it is up to us how we use it, Mataji. And if it is forced, everybody accepts it also. COVID is the best example, and we are the ones who have lived through COVID, so we know how with basic things we can survive.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
And
Mataji
how at
also.
that point only the basic things become important. How at that time our health, our food, and our basic things were important. Nothing else mattered. No TV, no car, nothing mattered to us. No holiday, no destinations, nothing mattered to us.
It was a good exercise actually
Yes.
for us
Yes,
to
Mataji,
understand.
when
Forgotten, no? Everybody has forgotten that we have gone through COVID.
Mataji, when we meet people, the materialists, and when we say that I've left, I don't eat garlic onion, they are very shocked. And why? What is the need and all? But if you tell them that I have my blood report, certain thing,
Correct.
and the
Then
doctor
they
has
will
advised me, then they are supportive of you.
Yes, that is what, Mataji. People want some material reasons to get convinced. But if you do things for a spiritual reason, like we do Ekadashi fasting, people are doing all kinds of intermittent fasting. They do all these different diets, keto, paleo, whatever, I don't know. But if you systematically do an Ekadashi after every 14th day, you will be healthy and fine. That people don't realize. They won't accept for spiritual purposes. They will accept for material reasons. That is the nature of people.
The spirituality is nowhere on the cards for them.
Yes.
Nowhere.
Yes. That is the effect of Kali Yuga, Mataji. That is how it is going to be in Kali Yuga, that if anybody wants to progress in the spiritual life, they have to swim against the tide. So Kali Yuga is a yuga which is completely unfavorable for spiritual practices. But whatever the rainbow in it is that the Lord has said, take my name and you will be purified and you will cross over. That is the easiest thing he has prescribed for all of us.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandot Pranam. If you have time only, Mataji, already
I have time, Mataji. Tell me.
Mataji, one small thing, like just now we were discussing, Sama Chatraucha Mitrecha Tadamana Pamana Yoga, right, Mataji?
Yes.
But at the same time, we also know Ishware Tadadineshu Balisheshu Dvitsatsu Sar. Prema Maitri Karuna Upeksha. There we say both, no, Mataji. So, sometimes it comes to our mind when non-devotees interrupt a lot, some sort of aversion comes, Mataji. We try to avoid them. So, how to take this, Mataji? Treat them equally. And one more thing, just now what we all were discussing, Mataji, when we have the bare minimum necessities also, most of the time, the maintenance comes, some problem or the other. Say, for example, today's Dwadashi. Already 2-3 problems are lined up. How do we take it, Mataji? We want to spend all time for chanting only, but it doesn't allow. So that means Krishna is not showering the mercy on us. How to take it, Mataji?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, the first one, you are saying that non-devotees, sometimes they push you that, you develop aversion. Mataji, that is fine, because if you see in Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami has said, Asat Sanga Tyaga. You have to give up the association of completely materialistic men. So if for whatever reason you have developed an aversion, you take it as Krishna's mercy that he is distancing you from them. So there'll be some cause. See, they may be your close family also, Mataji, but sometimes something very unpleasant happens and you distance yourself. You take it as Krishna's mercy, that he has created a situation whereby you can avoid them and focus on your bhakti. Like Prabhupada, he left his home only after his wife sold away his Bhagavatam, whatever scripts for getting tea and biscuits or something like that. So he developed complete detachment and he walked out of the house. So sometimes the aversions will be actually created so that it will become favorable for us to give up such association and then progress in our bhakti. Or some kind of a misunderstanding may happen and then you are away from it. It's in a way good, Mataji. It's in a way good. Asat Sanga Tyaga is required for progress in bhakti. And about the second part, Mataji, you are saying that so many problems are coming up. Mataji, this material world, till you are in it, you have to face problems. See, you want to chant, that is very good. You want to continuously chant, but these issues also you have to resolve. If you see Srila Prabhupada, when he set up this institution ISKCON and he was traveling world over, do you think, Mataji, it was a very smooth ride for him? He had everything sorted and everything was good happening everywhere?
No, Mataji.
Every day he was facing problems. In fact, at one point, he told his disciples, don't bring your administrative issues to me. I want to complete translation of my Shrimad Bhagavatam. And he said, till you are in this material world, you will keep encountering some or the other difficulties. But in spite of that, your resolution, your determination to go on chanting has to become strong and strong. You cannot avoid Mataji disturbances. Till you are in the material world, till you leave this body, you will have to face it. But come back immediately. After you resolve that issue, come back. And be minimum affected. I'm not saying that if material issues come, you will not be affected by it. Try to be minimum affected by it so that your conscience is not disturbed, and then it continues to the point that you're not able to chant. That part you take care of.
Thank you,
Mataji,
Mataji.
can I
Hare
say something,
Krishna.
Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
97% of my relations, they are all distance from me.
Very good.
I don't have anything. I'm peaceful now. They think I'm mad. Whole day chanting, listening whole day, listening to these things, this Shrimad Bhagavatam and all that. They say you have no other work or what? I say no, I have no other work. This is my work. So
Good.
They think something wrong with me. So let it be. Doesn't matter. And I don't have any friends also. They also think something wrong.
Mataji,
So what to do?
after we have crossed the age of 60, we don't require a lot of people. Only thing
Yeah,
is,
we don't
if
need.
we have some health issues, or if we require, we have to have 1 or 2 people who can immediately rush for some help. That's all, Mataji. We
Yeah.
don't need a full flock and group of people around us, Mataji.
And Mataji, now, sorry, we also don't enjoy their company because they talk rubbish. They talk rubbish. It doesn't interest us at all.
Yes. So Mataji, for the whole world, the devotee who is absorbed in the Lord looks mad, and for a devotee, the whole world looks mad. So even Krishna has spoken about this in Bhagavad Gita. For a realized sage, when it is dark, it is, night. I mean, when it's day for the material people, and for material people, what is dark, it is the day for the realized saint. So it is fine, Mataji. If people have distanced, it is good for you. You focus more and more on your sadhana.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. Anybody else, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mahabhagavatas and Uttamadhikaris are the same, na Mataji?
Yes.
Same, Mataji?
Yes,
Are
Mataji.
they?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh,
Yes.
Hare.
They are pure devotees of the Lord.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
We can
There are
stop,
no-
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, we can do prayers and then.
Nukur Mataji had told me, yesterday. So I just was traveling. So whatever little I could do today, I have done. So I hope I could deliver whatever was required.
Yeah, Mataji,
Yes,
wonderful
Mataji,
class.
wonderful
Very nice.
class and
Classes
very
are wonderful,
practical tips,
Mataji.
Mataji,
Very
because
nice.
we need these practical tips for our day-to-day bhakti to go on, Mataji.
Yeah.
Very
Thank you
wonderful
so
class,
much.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Dandavat
Thank you.
pranam, Mataji.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Very much.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Vancha
Jai.
kalpatarubyascha
Kalpataruvyascha
कृपा
कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
कोटि
नमः।
कोटि वैष्णव
Kodi
जय शिल
जय
प्रभुपाद जय ग्रंथराज
जय
भागवतम की जय Thank you, Mataji. I'll end the class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Should I end the class, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji.
Dandavad pranam.